What up, YouTube? Back at it again with another video. It's Tyrell. Thank you for joining the Sports Room Podcast 1. I appreciate you guys watching. Before we get this video started, hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment, follow the page on Twitter. Let's get into it. So, this is the video where we talk about the NBA Finals and my predictions to it and who I think is going to win. This is going to be a short video because I ain't going to go on a rant on anything or nothing. So let's break this down. Let's get this started. So let's start off with the Phoenix Suns, who took care of business in the West. They knocked out the Lakers. They knocked out the was it Denver? I couldn't remember off the top of my head at first. Knocked out Denver, and then they knocked out the Clippers. To me, this team is good, and they're good without Chris Paul, but they're better with Chris Paul. And if you want to talk about a guy who's come to a team and changed the fortune of that organization, it's definitely Chris Paul. And I don't think anybody could sit here and say even last year, even with them going 8-0 in the bubble, I don't think a lot of people last year, when we're talking about the NBA restart, was happening around this time last year, who could have predicted that the Suns would have been in the NBA Finals 1 year later. I think they had a terrific playoffs. They handled their business. They were doubted against the Clippers. They were doubted against the Lakers. Even with Chris Paul's hand injury, they were doubted. And every single time they arise to the occasion and won big games. DeAndre Ayton has been balling out. Has been absolutely balling out. There's no denying that. Devin Booker's been doing his thing. He's been doing his thing. You know, Devin Booker is the truth. So the Suns are really good. I think the Suns are in a prime position to win their first NBA title. But they got someone who I think is just equally as good. Milwaukee took care of business. They got their vengeance from the Miami Heat from last year. They took care of that business. Then in a excellent series, I would say the best series of the entire NBA playoffs thus far, they took care of Brooklyn in 7 games. And to think that we wouldn't even be talking about Milwaukee being here if it wasn't for Kevin Durant's toe being on the three-point line. Because if Kevin Durant's toe is behind that three-point line, we could be talking about Brooklyn versus Phoenix. But we're not. And give Milwaukee the credit, they took care of business in overtime in Game 7 against Brooklyn and advanced to the next round. Then they faced the Hawks. And they were highly favored against the Hawks with excellent reason, but give the Hawks a lot of credit. They weren't even supposed to be there, but in the media's eyes and a lot of people's eyes, they were there. They took them to 6 games. So congratulations to the Hawks for that. And it's just one of those things where Milwaukee was just the better team at the end of the day. I think this is the most unpredictable, even on paper, even NBA Finals since the 2010 NBA Finals. Remember in 2010, Lakers Celtics Part 2, nobody knew who was going to win that series. And those two teams were evenly balanced. And it's kind of the same here. Both Milwaukee and Phoenix are equally balanced, especially when Milwaukee has Giannis Antetokounmpo. Both teams have that go-to guy who can put the ball into the basket when they need it the most. Both teams have a guy who can change the game off of one hell of a performance. Both teams have a center who can not only score almost anywhere from the floor, but can rebound over almost anybody. And both teams have solid point guards. Jrue Holiday, Chris Paul, man. And then you talk about Chris Middleton, PJ Tucker. This is exciting. This is exciting. This is what I've been waiting for. I think for too long, even though it always hasn't turned out to be the prediction, the NBA Finals has been kind of predictable. You knew, like, prime example, 2011, Dallas shocks the world. But everybody had Miami winning the whole thing. 2012, we knew Miami was winning that. 2013, you can say 2013 was probably the last one. Even then, Miami was the favorites. 2014, Spurs were the favorite to dominate Miami and get their revenge. 2015, the Cavaliers were expected. Even without Kyrie and Kevin Love, the Cavaliers were expected to win that series. 2016, the Warriors were expected to win that series. 2017, the Warriors. 2018, the Warriors. And even with Klay and Kevin Durant being out in 2019, everybody had the Warriors winning that championship. I always say everybody with 2019. It was about a little even, but it was more, I was seeing more Warriors than Raptors. And then even last year's NBA Finals, we knew that the Lakers are going to win the whole damn thing. So this year, like I said, since 2010, or to say, yeah, I was right. Since 2010, we have I don't know why I say since. For the first time since 2010. There it is. Sorry about that, people. We have an NBA Finals that is evenly matched. We have an NBA Finals that is unpredictable. We have an NBA Finals that can go either way. And we got an NBA Finals that's going to be damn good. Now, Game 1's tonight. And Game 1's going to set the tone to what the NBA Finals are going to be like. But I think this NBA Finals goes to 7 games. And if Giannis does end up playing in this series and that knee is feeling fine, it's going to be a damn good series. It's definitely going to go to 7 games if that's the case. If Giannis doesn't play at all, it might go to 6. But if Giannis plays majority of this series and that knee is feeling fine and he's performing well, I have to say, I got Milwaukee winning in 7. If Giannis plays well. Now, if Giannis doesn't play well and or is out because of that knee, I believe that the Suns take it in 6. Or the Milwaukee Bucks have the firepower to stretch to the Game 7 without Giannis, and then I think the Suns will take Game 7. So that's just my prediction because I don't know which way to go with this NBA Finals. I don't know. Would have asked me last year? Yeah, Lakers. 2019. I would have said, me personally, I would have said Raptors because of the injuries. 18, I'm a Cavs fan, but Warriors. 17, Warriors. 16, for a moment, I was saying Warriors, especially when we were down 3-1. 15, I would have said Cavaliers. 14, I said Spurs. 13, I said Miami. 12, I said Miami. 11, 11, believe it or not, I was in high school at 11, believe it or not, I was saying the Mavericks. But I was saying that not because I was predicting the Mavericks win. I was saying that because the wounds from LeBron leaving Cleveland were fresh. And I didn't want to see LeBron win that title. But 2010, I had no idea who was going to win that. And I was hoping for the Lakers because I wanted to see that revenge. But this year, I don't know which way to go. So, I'm going to say it depends on Giannis. Suns is pretty much healthy for the most part. I mean, yeah, Chris Paul got that injury with his hand, but he's been playing pretty solid even with that injury. But to me, it falls on Giannis whether Milwaukee wins or not. It falls on Giannis playing. It falls on Giannis playing, not only playing but playing well. And if he plays well, Bucks in 7. If he doesn't play or plays not at the level that Giannis normally plays at on a nightly basis, basically, then I got Suns in 6 or 7. So that's just my predictions on the NBA Finals. Comment who you think will win the NBA Finals. I already put the poll who's going to win Game 1 on the Twitter page. Y'all make sure y'all follow that Twitter page. I'll put the link down in the description. Y'all make sure as well that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that little notification bell, but who gives a shit, dude? I got 5 subscribers. So I mean, unless y'all guys want to get notified, I will it's greatly appreciated. Your views, watching me, even if it's for a few minutes, for a few seconds, I appreciate you guys just taking the time out just to check it out. Whether you like it or not, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And to the people who consistently watch, thank you so much. To my 5 subscribers, thank you so much. And just to anybody who sees it, thank you for even just, like I said, just watching for a few minutes, for a few seconds. Just thank you for taking that time out to watch what this nobody has to say. I really appreciate it. So that's my predictions to the NBA Finals. And I just read one more thing before I started shooting this video, so we getting a third video in today. See you soon.